Hi everyone, my name is Julien and today I'm here with Alex, our CTO. We'd like to introduce to you Station, the new workstation directly inspired by today's new ways of working. It all started with an epiphany. We realized that today we spend more than 90% of our time inside cloud-based applications like Slack or Dropbox. But at the end of the day, the single application we spend most of our time on is actually our browser. Every morning, billions of people around the world have the same routine. They launch their browser and they start getting work done. But today, somehow, this has become really hectic for many of us. I think many of us have experienced this. I mean, who in this room never had 50 tabs stacking up on their browser, having to go back to a Gmail, recreating a new spreadsheet they had lost in the first place, multitasking between a Facebook and a Trello, and ending up just completely losing focus? And the reason for this is simple. Today, we use more web applications than we ever did in history. All of our working tools are becoming SaaS applications. And as a result, our working habits are dramatically changing. What's even more astonishing, though, is that the very browser we use to access those applications hasn't really changed in the last decade. That was 2008. Less than 10% of companies around the world used web-based applications. And our browser pretty much looked like this. I mean, that was the same browser you guys used to go on MySpace to hook up with boys or girls and email your grandma on Yahoo. I mean, that was like the middle age of the web, literally. Today, we're in 2017. Most companies, like us, use web-based applications. And guess what? It hasn't really changed. It's still the same. But today, we use our browser to sign important contracts with our clients, to review our CRM, to read our analytics, to respond to customer requests. It's a whole new deal. At Station, we decided we have to design a solution. Henry Ford famously said, if I'd asked people what they wanted, they would have said faster horses. And at Station, we don't really want to build just a slightly better browser. We realized that if we want to build something meaningful out there, we have to start from scratch. Today, we're building Station, a workstation that is directly inspired by today's new ways of working. One that employees don't just have to use because it's a commodity, but a station that they love using. Because think about it, if you have to spend 90% of your time inside one single application all day, don't you want this application to seamlessly adapt to your way of working and not all the way around? I mean, just think about your smartphone you use every day at work. You just do a swipe of a finger, you can do an instant search inside all of your applications, you have a notification center notifying you after a meeting. I mean, we believe that this desktop today deserves just as much. And Baby Station was born. Today, we're integrated with nearly 200 of the most used web applications out there. We've designed Station to be SaaS first because we know that you guys spend most of your time inside web applications. That means we're bringing together all of your working tools and your notifications inside one clean, organized, and intuitive interface. We're building Station to be collaborative because we know that today you guys teamwork is really at the center of every task you achieve. And that means syncing together all of your most important contacts and making them available at the blink of an eye. And we're building Station to be instant because we know that today speed and access to information is at the center of everything. It's vital to your organization. So that means, for example, being able to do a central search, instant search inside all of your applications, or being logged in inside all of our applications all at once when you get started in the morning. And this is just the beginning. Once you get inspired by the new ways of working, there's so much more you can do. Today, we're building a community of users that love using Station, but even more than that, they've adopted it as their standard way of getting work done. Today, 1 in 3 users use Station at least 4 days every week. They use it more than 6 hours every day. So it's needless to say that we started to get to know them better. And as we talk to our users, we realize that everything I've just told you right now, it's all great, it's all sexy, but it's just the tip of the iceberg. There is a whole new challenge for companies today. 3 in 4 companies today have literally little to no control over their entire SaaS environment. And vital parts of the organization are at risk. What that means is that they're wasting time and money on onboarding and offboarding new users and new employees. They are putting the company's data and security at risk because they don't manage account, they don't manage authentication. And even more ridiculous, they're wasting billions of dollars every year because they pay for applications that their employees actually don't use and they don't even know about it. And all those issues put together cost companies more than $15 billion every year. And as more companies use more applications, the problem is just getting bigger. That brings us to a vision of the future. SaaS is eating the world. It's a fact. It's just a given. And we believe that this is creating challenges for companies and for employees alike. And we think Station is at this perfect intersection, is in a perfect position to actually solve those issues by offering a workstation that holistically addresses all of the new challenges of the SaaSification of work. All the way from what it means for an employee's productivity, all the way down to companies' IT issues. But all of that is actually just the beginning. There's so much more we can build. Imagine a world where millions of employees around the world spend 90% of their working hours inside Station. I mean, that is like 1/4 of your entire lifetime. It's more than what you spend in Slack, Facebook, or Gmail put together. And we think that we can build way much more. And we'd love to discuss it with you, to dream with you about it. But before you do that, make sure to join the future of work on getstation.com.